All right, Most High Christ. All right. Yeah, the mic on. All right, Most High Christ. No, the mic's good. The mic's good. All right, Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, Barak Thumb, Yahweh Shemar, Thumb Bashim Yahshua. I am priest and officer of 5,000 Yadiah. I'm holding it down to a priest and captain of 13,000. Shapar the Podge, get here. Understand this, man. First of all, I want to say this, man. May our brother, priest and officer Yahweh Aj, rise again, man. You know what I mean? Priest and officer Yahweh Aj, man, is a hardcore brother. You know I mean, he's no longer suffering. He endured to the end. A hardcore soldier, man. Like priest and officer Yahweh Aj, Ashtarak, as you know, was one west till death. And our brother is going to rise again, man. We're going to see that brother again. And he was glorious, man. Went through Hebrew Academy, you know what I mean, at 65 years old. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, you know what I mean, them disobedient bastards that are out there masquerading in purple, the police, you know what I mean? Not them. Not them guys that go to the strip clubs, Ashtawak, you know what I mean? And excuse me, go there with the strip clubs and with the working girls and the bottle girls, you know what I mean? And holding camp outside of them and then holding a pass over there. Yahweh was a hardcore priest and prophet, man, just like these brothers here in the I.S.U.P.K, because this is the home of the truth. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. If you are not in the I.S.U.P.K under command of General Yahanna, you are not in the truth. The Lord is not with you, man. But let's get into it. A lot of stuff I want to go into tonight before Cap get here, man. Before Cap take the helm. I know everybody was talking about Kanye West. Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. You got LeBron James, Bronny Jr. going out with the she-devil again to prom. It's like, damn, like how many times we got to teach this young brother this lesson? Interracial marriage, right, is against the Most High. God is not for all races of people coming together. Like, I don't want to hear, oh, but they love each other. That's not love. Love is key. As a matter of fact, let me get that first. Give me 2 John 1:6, and then give me Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3. I'm going to show you something. Love, according to God, is keeping the commandments, and I'm going to show it to you out of the Bible. It's not that little feeling that you have for Susan and Becky and Archibald and whoever. No. Love is keeping God's commandments, and God's commandments are still in effect. They haven't gone anywhere. So I don't want to hear. And which is so evil, too, about it, Ashtawat. Like, and what that does to sisters, to see, you know what I mean, for a brother, you know what I mean, and not, you know what I mean, wanting to be with his woman. You know what I mean? For sisters not wanting to be with their man, that's not natural. Like, it ain't, like, Ashtawat, the shit ain't right. it's not right. You know what I mean? Like what mama used to say, I know my mother used to say, my aunties and grandmas be like, boy, if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. Look at old boy. Show, put the new one up there. The new one up there, Ashtawak. And how the she-devil was looking at the brother. Goes to show you, right, what we got to understand. We got to understand one crucial thing. That we are family as Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Nosotros somos familia una raza. Meaning we are one people, one family. And it's an evil thing to pick a woman outside of your nation. You know what I mean? Like, and it's an evil thing if you're a sister to pick a man that's not in your nation. I was talking to a sister the other day, Ashtawa, and she was talking about how, oh, black men is this, black men need to do that, black men this, my white husband. I'm like, why in the hell are you complaining about brothers and you got a new white savior? You with your white oppressor daddy. You know why? Because deep down she knows it ain't right. She knows this is wrong. Look at this right here, Ashtawa. Look at this. God damn. It's a rough one. She looking at Bronny like, yeah, I'm about to get pregnant and take you and your pop for every dollar y'all got. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And it's an evil thing. Like, you may think interracial marriage is cool. It's not. I'm going to show it to you. But first, let me show you what love is according to God. I know what y'all saying. Oh, it's young love. They love each other. What is love according to God? What is love according to God? I'll show it to you. 2 John 1:6.
The book of 2 John, chapter 1 and verse 6. And this is love. That we
read it again from the top.
And this is love.
And this is love. This is love according to God. And this is love. What is love? Keep reading.
That we walk after his commandments.
That we walk after his commandments. That is what love is. Love is walking after the commandments. Love is keeping the law. An interracial marriage is against the law of God. Christ was not for it. You know what I mean? Our God for sure ain't for it. And listen, man, as Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we can't go for it. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. What does it mean to walk after his commandments? To do them. Why is the New Testament? Wait a minute, Oscar. Why is the New Testament? Why? Because this is in the book of John, 2 John 1 and 6. Why is this talking about love and walking after the commandments? Because the commandments are still in effect. The law did not go anywhere. And I'm going to show it to you in the law where interracial marriage is absolutely disgusting and wrong, and why we're not supposed to do it. First, give me Deuteronomy. Let me drop this. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3. If y'all have any questions online, I'll be typing them in. Type your questions in, because Captain Shapar should be in here. I mean, he'll be glad to tackle y'all questions, but I'll tackle them too. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3. Let me show you what our God told us about interracial marriage. Deuteronomy 7 and 3.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Now put yay up there. You know what I mean? Put yay up there now. Also share it for the class to see online. Show them a picture of them to put yay and Kim or yay and his new snow bunny up there. Our God said, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Our God said we ain't supposed to make marriages with them. Who is the them? The them is these other nations. The them is these heathens, man. We ain't supposed to make marriages with them. You ain't supposed to marry Becky and Susan. Sis, you ain't supposed to marry Archibald and Walt. That's a diabolical devil name too, Walt. You know what I mean? You know, Joe. You ain't supposed to do that. I'm trying to tell you, Ashtawa. I'm trying to tell Israel. Our God told us, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Keep reading. Thy daughter. Keep going. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
It says, thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son. We're not supposed to give our daughters to the heathen. So I'll give you a prime example of that. Look at Serena Williams. Wrong on so many levels. Going out there and getting with the oppressor. Like, goddamn, Ashtawa. Like, it ain't no good brothers. It ain't no good brothers out here. You know it's good brothers out here. But you want to go get with the oppressor. And then it's enough. And then what's so sad about it, you know what I mean? I've watched other sisters make excuses talking about, oh, black men didn't like her. She gave brothers a chance. No, she didn't. Because Ashtawa would have tore it up. Officer Morale would have tore it up. God damn, you ain't give brothers a chance. Better stop. That's why I like that sister Naomi Osaka. And before y'all start tripping, Naomi Osaka is a black woman. She's Haitian. Her mother is Japanese, but you are who your father is according to God. That's Numbers chapter 1 and verse 18. Naomi Osaka's father is Haitian. She would be of the tribe of Levi today. And she went out there and got her a brother. Let's give her a hand. Naomi Osaka a hand. You know what I mean? Yeah, she ain't in the troop, but she's a good sister, man. She ain't like Serena. And one thing I'll give Serena's dad, Richard, he said he ain't go to their wedding. And Serena said it. He said the oppressor is his enemy, and I'm his enemy. I said, that's a brother that know what he's talking about. I can respect a man like that. You ain't supposed to give your daughter to these heathens. You ain't supposed to do that. Like, what the hell do I look like giving my daughter to my enemy? Because they're our enemies. They're not our buddies. They're not our friends. And if you notice too, right? If you notice, and listen, I'm going to say this, Ashtawa. For a sister to get with an oppressor, she has to be down bad. Horrendously bad. Like, you really chasing a bag at this point. Got Lisa Ray out there, Eve chasing, you know what I mean, the Arabs and chasing. Good night. Them Arabs is doing sisters dirty and over there in Dubai, Ashtawa. They urinating on these sisters, man, and defecating on them for what? For a Gucci bag? You letting the Arab sheik, you letting the East Indian or Arab, you know what I mean, urinate on you and defecate on you for a Louis bag? If you truly lost your morality, sis, No. You need to get with a brother. You need to get with a black or Latino or First Nation man. Our God said, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son. I mean, we're supposed to give our daughters, you know what I mean, the men that are not Israelites, that are not black, Latino, or First Nation. Keep reading.
It says, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
Nor his daughter. Now for you brothers. Now, brother, I want y'all brothers to listen to this. Our God said, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Look at old Kanye West. Look at Ye. Look at Ye. He just can't help himself. You know, I look at certain brothers out there, and I be like, y'all just don't know, man. I just don't learn y'all lesson. Like Kanye, LeBron Jr., Tiger Woods, O.J. Simpson, the cutthroat baller himself. Y'all just don't get it. You're not supposed to take Becky and Susan. Like, remember that brother in Florida, Oshawott, that got hemmed up, that got stabbed by the oppressor's daughter? You know what I mean? Because they got into an argument, like, and unalived him. Like, brother, you need to look at Emmett Till. And that she-devil lied. That's why I could never, listen, on top of what the scripture's saying, on top of what our king's saying, on top of what our God Yahweh said, you shouldn't want to get with them because of what happened to Emmett Till. What happens to our brothers for even allegedly whistling. And that she-devil said she lied and he didn't whistle at her. And he got unalived, man. I love Emmett Till too much to get with Susan or Becky, you know what I mean, or whatever that other she-devil's name is, man. Or get with these heathen women. You better get with a black woman, black man, Latino man, First Nation man. Better get with a Latino woman or a First Nation woman. I pray you understand. Go ahead, Oshawott.
If I could, too. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is, I feel like, I'm going to say this right.
Please do.
On some level, you understand, brothers might feel like dealing with sisters is rough, and this, that, and the third, and that might cause you to go get the oppressor's daughter thinking it's going to be better. And it's not going to be better, because the history what you bringing out.
Exactly.
But in Kanye West's particular case, we've seen the documentary. His mother was excellent and took care of him in such a way. I don't know how he didn't go try to find a woman,
brother,
of his own people that was as good to him as his mother. Like, he keeps trying to find the oppressor's daughter to marry. Like, he loved them people so. And then when you listen to his story in Chicago, it's like his family must have been around Black Panthers and involved in civil rights, and it's like.
Right.
You're forgetting about the struggle and you're going to go marry them because you love them more than you love them.
And that's what you're saying, not to cut you off, is so heavy. Like, they had a good mom. Like, you would think having a good, you know, sister in your life, you know what I mean, to raise you up, you know what I mean? You would think you want to go get that. But yeah, you know what I mean? He had that porn addiction after a while. Right. He had that addiction. He said him looking at Kim Kardashian's sex tape is what made him want to go get her. And want to go get with the oppressor's daughter because Becky and Susan is doing everything, bending over sideways and shoving everything and animals up in their rear ends. And you just looking at it like, oh, man, I got to get one of them. Stop being a lustful bastard, man. Stop being a lustful bastard. I remember one time, man, Barzal said the realest shit, man. No women look better than our women, man. Like, that black woman, special. That black woman from the West Indian Islands, from Haiti and over here in the Americas, that Latina woman from Puerto Rico, Cuba, Mexico, Argentina to Chile, that North American Indian and Seminole Indian sister. I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat it. And we understand each other. We all went through the same struggle, the transatlantic slave trade. Like, we are the same people going up against the same oppressor, the same battles and hurdles that we face. Why would I want to? Here's the thing, too. What makes it so evil. You Kanye West, all the resources you got, all the funds and money you got, you go out there not wanting to build a sister up. You go build with the oppressor's daughter. Like, that's an evil thing. And it ain't just him. A lot of ball players do it too. Like Tim Duncan. You know what I mean? I know Kobe had a Mexican wife, but he ended up stepping out on her for that little white girl. Like, you think you going out there and getting a prize by getting Becky and getting Susan, you know what I mean, and getting Sally Mae. You're not. You're not. You're downgrading yourself. You are actually becoming their pet. Right. You are. And it's the same thing for you sisters. You sisters that go out there and get with the oppressors, to get with the oppressor himself. You're just becoming a full-out slave, man, a full-out slave to the oppressor. Like, why would I leave this same hell you know what I mean, to work hard, to get out the ghetto, and then go and not want to build with my sister. Not want to go build with that black woman, you know what I mean, that's been down with me, that's been with me, and not build her up and start a family. Like a lot of y'all simple Negroes, man, I'm going to say it because some of y'all on TikTok, some of y'all niggas think you could be pro-black and not have a black or Latino wife. Nigga, you are crazy. You cannot be pro-black and then you laying down with a dog. Because if you laying down with the oppressor's daughter, you laying down with Lassie. You are. You think, oh, I seen this video after walking. These brothers saw these Arabic women and then saw, you know what I mean, the Filipino women. They was like, oh, I'm about to go over there and try to get them. I'm going to become a passport bro. Passport bros are weak. You already weak nigga. I'm going to keep it a bean. You just don't get no bitches. Like, that's really what it is. So lock it. I hate to say it like that. You know what I mean? You don't, and it's such an evil thing to go out there to get an expedited passport, to go to Thailand, to go to the Philippines. Even you brothers that do go to where Israelite women are in Puerto Rico and Cuba, and you go into the DR, you go to Mexico. You don't look at them sisters like they're sisters. You look at them like they're ladies of the evening. You look at them like, you know what I mean, like how you look at other whores. And our daughters can't be whores. That's right. Our daughter, if you're a black, Latino, First Nation woman, being a whore is beneath you. Having an OnlyFans is beneath you. Being, you know what I mean, promiscuous is beneath you. And brothers, we got to do better. And sisters, you got to do better too. But it starts with us. Once we stop liking that, guess what, Ashtawa? Because we doing it here in the ISUPK, rebuilding black families. Commander GEN.YAHANNA, I mean, we doing it every day. And here's the thing, and in these scriptures it's telling us, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. We ain't supposed to take their daughters unto us. Like, what am I going to talk about with the oppressor's daughter? Like what? What are we going to talk about, Ashtawa? We ain't got nothing in common. We have nothing in common. I saw a brother today, Ashtawa, and I was just, the disgust on my face. He just out there keying. You know what I mean? He just out there keying with Olga. You know what I mean? Keying with Harley. And I'm just like, brother, you down bad. You down bad. Like, is that the best you can do? And even to your point, Ashtawak, and you can make me big again on the journal. To you brothers, and I want to talk to the brothers for a second too, because I would be amiss not to bring up Serena Williams. If there's any of you brothers that's saying, no, these sisters, man, they've been too Americanized. I can't get with them. They too rough. I gotta go get me a traditional woman. Nigga, you weak. A lot of you brothers, man. I heard one brother. I heard one brother after walk say, I could not believe it. He was like, black women never liked me. Nigga, that's a lie. Stop capping. It's like brothers gotta stop capping. Like when I say stop capping, the issue is not just a simple thing. You are more than likely looking at that whore on Instagram and Twitter, and you want her. You want that OnlyFans sister. There's a lot of good sisters out here. And when I say good, that's just not showing they behind on the internet. That's not following after that status quo. There's enough of them doing that. But you got some good women out here that would want you, that would be with you. You don't want her. You want that slut that you see online. And then when you slide in her DM, you know what I mean? And they don't respond to you because they get a billion DMs a day, an hour about how niggas want to do this, that, and the third. You neglecting that other sister. Like, damn. Like, brother, you got to get out there and talk to these women after a while. What you got to do? Wise man told me, man, you got to go out there and talk to 100 sisters. Right. 75 of them might not give you their number. 50 of them will give you their number. 25 will want to go on a date. You want that 15, 10 to 5. That's going to be your wives. So lock in. Do that. And if the sisters in your neighborhood don't like you, go to another neighborhood. Go to another city. Go to another state. Y'all don't even want to leave the block. You just doing this shit here. Get my passport, man. I'm going to the DR. You a lustful bastard, man. You a lustful bastard. I'm going to get me a white girl. I'm going to get me a snow bunny. She going to do this. Nigga, you going to end up just like Emmett Till. Don't be weak. Passport bros are weak. You got to be a strong brother, man. Our sisters, you know what I mean, are strong, man. They lionesses. You got to put game in to get them. You got to have game, and a lot of times, Dr. Walk, they don't be having no game. You just got to get put on. What was you gonna say, Ash? Go ahead.
You bring out the heaviest two parts because a lot of these brothers forget you Americanized too. You understand what I'm saying? You too busy Americanized too. So
they is Americanized.
So the sister might be looking at you like you going after something that I don't really mess with like that. You might be too much leaning on to the other side. Can I say it cool? Can I say you a little bit too like you believe?
You coolery. You
believe in Christianity. Like Christianity is like the one of the gateways to homosexuality out there. So I get to the LGBT lifestyle. And it's like, maybe you're a little bit too Christian. Maybe you're a little bit too soft. Maybe you need to come in here and learn how to be a rougher brother because we live in America, and America is a tough place, man. Maybe you need to get a little bit more hardcore. Maybe you need a little bit more One West opinion. The women love the One West opinion.
They damn sure do. Let's get that of hand.
Listen, and the way we get women, they listen to what we tell them.
Damn right.
You understand what I'm saying? They understand who's in charge. You know what I'm saying? Without Bible scripture, of course, you're gonna have to value a woman sometimes. But just go get a sister with
and that's the point. They don't want to battle their women, Ashtawak. You don't want to tell her to shut her damn mouth. Check her. Let me tell you something. This is an Ashtawak quote. She wants you to tell her what to do. Right. She wants that. They want you to tell them what to do. If you're a brother that she's telling what to do, that she's dictating the terms, she's not gonna respect you. I had a sister tell me Ashtawak the other day that she was dating a brother and some brother tried to break in her crib. And she had to get in front of the door to barricade it. He's sitting there looking like, you all right? And she like, yo, give me a knife. And he just sitting there, gave it to her and hid behind her. I said, God damn, that's a lot of you brothers. You can't be soft, Doc. You cannot be a soft brother. No sister wants a soft man. Because the problem is, and there's another thing too. They tell us over here, oh, you can show your feminine side. You know, communicate a little bit more. You can tell me, the problem is I might have figured it out. You pillow talking with them. Don't do that. Don't do that. The scriptures say not to give your strength onto a woman. You ain't got to tell her, invent and go about your day and cry and do that shit. No, you ain't got to do that, brother. You got brothers to talk to if you're going through something. If you feel as though you're going through something, brother, don't vent to her. Call me. Call I.S.U.P.K. Call the UPK, and we're gonna get you right. The last thing you need to do is vent to her about what's going on with you emotionally, and then you're gonna be surprised when they get weaponized and thrown in your face. Come on, TikTok. How many times have you been talking in your rib? You tell her something and then you get real vulnerable with her, and then you sitting there laying across her chest, and you thinking, "Oh man, I got a darling, understanding woman," and she in her head like this bitch ass, soft ass nigga. She doesn't want to see you as weak, and you can't let her see you weak. You can't, because the moment she see that weakness, it's over. It's a wrap. Don't be weak, brother. That's why I say if you get weak like that, you'll go out there and get an oppressor's daughter. You go out there and get a heathen woman. You'll go get an expedited passport and then get excited. Like, goddamn, brother, I'm good. I'm too wild. That's why our God told us, man, had the wherewithal to let us know. It says, and neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter thou shalt thou take unto thy son. We ain't supposed to do that. Go ahead, Ash. You had your hand up.
I had a precept, man. I had to say something.
Please do. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger and impudence and much reproach. Mm-hmm. So if I could, and maintain is I believe, if I'm correct, I believe it's when they have to deal with, you being emotional. And I literally just had to tell a brother this. He was like, yeah, man, she don't always want to hear about my problems, this, that, and the third. I said, listen, do not do that. I said, you still got your dad in your life? I said, call your dad. Call a man. Call another brother. A lot of times.
Call me.
You call me. Just a lot of times you need to get it off your mind. I was like, do not tell her. I'm like, you know why? Because she's looking at you for guidance. So she already got whatever's going on in her head that's bothering her, or things she got to deal with, or she's trying to maintain like a level of happiness, because women got to deal with the hormones. And if you keep bringing her your problems and what you go through, is gonna bring her energy down. and then she's gonna feel like she always has to deal with you crying all the damn time.
Yeah.
Go to your father. Go
Exactly.
talk to another man. Talk to the brothers about it. Don't put that on your woman. When you come to her, I had to tell my own real bitch. I said, listen, I'm not gonna tell you everything.
Exactly.
Because then it's gonna bring your energy down. And that's not good for us. You listen, let me worry about what I got people to talk to. It's okay.
Exactly.
I'll tell you how I'm feeling, but don't worry about it. You just worry about you. I maintain your feelings.
Right.
I got you. I make sure you straight.
Right.
I
counsel you. You don't counsel me.
Right.
She's not your counselor. That's another thing too, man. What I.S.U.P.K is saying is so heavy. She's not your counselor. You can't go to her with your problems and say, babe, this happened and that. She's gonna look at you like you're weak and soft, doc. Like, think about it like this. I'm about to cut all y'all brothers and convict you to your spirits. Y'all don't be wanting to hear that shit when she come home from work. Why do you think she's gonna want to hear from you and you weigh a whole 100 more pounds than her, facial hair, testosterone, and masculine? Like, bro, you might as well just when you hear a noise at night, have her go to the door. Right. Have her go defend the crib. Let her be the head of the household. No, brother, you the head of that household.
I had another precept too.
Go ahead, Ash. You want to roll, Ash. And Mariah Allah, I hear you, Ash. Shalom, my Lord of Christ. Yeah, man, listen. They be coming at me too. I done had some nice old heads, you know what I mean, shoot their shot with me. I be like, ma'am, then you go to, I ain't even go there. Just lock it. But that's how it be. They don't want a soft man. And then when you being soft, you start looking at the heathen women. And then you wrap all around their finger. You wrap all around their finger, you they pet. Like, brother, you cannot be weak. You can't. You can't. Like, it's a precept in Ezra, man, where it says many men have gone out of their wits for women. Like, many men have gone out of their wits and sinned for women. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, that box will tear you up, brother.
That's right.
Don't call a brother, please. Calling, seek counsel. Yeah, I mean, you do not want to be put in a rough situation. And especially going to a heathen woman. You ain't supposed to be doing that at all. That's an evil thing. Like, Kim Kardashian had the nerve to say, my kids are going to be more traumatized by Kanye's actions than me and my sex tape. I was like, bitch, Salaki for the profanity TikTok. Y'all know that's crazy, right? First of all, I.S.U.P.K, I'm pretty sure I speak for every brother, everybody that went to school with us. If we didn't have to know your mama and talked about her, that pinched the nerve. Right. Your video is on tape. They're gonna be watching the shit. Right. They're gonna be at the lunch table talking about, yo, Lil Yeezy, talking to Ye's daughters. This your mama? Getting her back blown out, sucking rod. God damn, that's a rough joint. Right. I saw a video, man. I seen this young boy, man. It broke my heart. And it's rare to hit me in my chest. Young boy begged his mom. He's like, Mom, can you please delete your OnlyFans? My friends are making fun of me. And she said, baby, mommy got to make money. They're jealous. Their dads are probably watching me. Like, you disrespectful harlot. That is an evil thing. You're not supposed to be a whore. You're not supposed to. Like, I expect Kim Kardashian to be one because she's not a sister. She's she's our Armenian, whatever. She's a heathen woman, oppressor's daughter. She's a heathen. They can do stuff like that. Black woman, Latino woman, First Nation woman, you bigger than that. And that's going to destroy Kanye's kids, man. That they're going to have to go to school. The only thing that might save them is Kanye's music catalog. That's the only thing. And I don't even think that's going to work. Salakia. God damn, they could pull up the phone to their mama. You know how traumatizing that is? Never heard it say, oh, what Kanye's doing is going to be more traumatizing than what I did. I beg to differ. Right. Bullshit. I'm just saying, it's BS. You know damn well that your tape is going to be very, very detrimental to your kids and their lives. Didn't her one son pull it up accidentally?
I think
somebody sent it to him.
And he opened it.
And then you run it to grab the tablet. Go ahead, Ashton. What?
And if I could too, you know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, like we ain't got to know your mama. We joking thing as kids, right?
Come.
It's like some of us, you might have had a daddy that was on drugs. You might have had a daddy that was, you know what I'm saying, that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was scared. Look, maybe he unalived somebody, he in jail for life. And kids would be mean to say something about that, but you was not gonna live down your mother.
Bro, you can't live that down. Like that's one thing. That's the one thing you can't live down. And it's on 4K. It's out here for everybody to see. You can't live that down. That's why our God had the wherewithal to tell us we can't live like them, man. You said you had another precept? Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 5, verse 15. Drink waters out of thine own cisterns, and running waters out of thy own wells.
Ooh, what that mean, Oscar? What? Drink water out of their own cisterns.
I believe that means if you're gonna get a sister or get a husband or a sister or whatever, depending on what you is, get it from your own nation.
Listen, man, another precept too is that give me every beast to his own kind. Give me that one. Right, every beast to his own kind.
You be drop down and finish this one?
Kind, you can.
Salakia. It says, and rivers and waters, Salakia, verse 17, let them be of thy own and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And be thou ravished always with her love. Salakia. And why wilt thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman, and embrace the bosom of a stranger?
Listen, you can't. Listen, go ahead, Ash.
For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his goings. His own iniquities shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with cords of his sins. He shall die without instructions, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray.
Listen, what you bringing out is so heavy. You got to remain with your own woman. You do. You have to remain with your own. You have to remain with your own man. You got to stay with your own people. Because if you don't, guess what? You're going to be lost out here. You're going to be caught up, you know what I mean, in believing, you know what I mean, that, oh, she really loves me. She's for me. She's not. She's not. And which is so heavy about it, like what Oscar Walk was breaking down, you'll get caught up in it and not knowing and not realizing that it's not for you. It's not. That's what happened to Kanye. Him getting with the oppressor's daughter, thinking, "Oh, this is all good." Shalom, sir. That's what you want to right away, sir?
Huh?
You want to right away, sir?
Yeah. What you talking? What you want?
Oh, I'm going on the interracial marriage, sir. Kanye West and his oppressor's daughter, and LeBron James' son, taking that white girl to prom again. I was in the.
Okay.
Come.
Yeah.
Come. With that being said, I'm gonna pass the class off to priest and captain of 13,000, Shapar Napash.
Most high Christ. Come on, Hebrew. Holding that thing down like that.
You live on TikTok too, yeah? You live on TikTok. So
I'm gonna be put off of TikTok tonight. I'm telling you. I'm gonna put off TikTok tonight.
You want to shut the live down?
Nah, leave it up just so they shut it down.
There's a lot of people on there.
There's a lot of people on there. Most high in Christ. I'm gonna try to keep it cordial a little bit. Captain Shapar Napash of the I.S.U.P.K. Y'all know how we do things, right? Got a few things I want to go into. Few things. First of all, the water Hebrew. Put up the picture of the brother, man. Y'all was, man. I want to say, a lot of people. Did y'all already go into this?
Oh, we spoke on it at the beginning of the class.
Spoke on it. Okay. Most times I'm gonna go into a little bit more. This brother right here, man, older brother. Let me tell you something, man. This brother right here came into the school, humbled himself as an old man. You understand what that means? Took orders from men younger than him.
Right.
Because he wanted to sincerely change his life. Dealing with ailments, man, I pray y'all, there's no, listen, this brother, man, it's just, the things that he endured as far as health wise, man. You got the picture of the brother with the big on his page with the what's the name on? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, no, the one with he on his page. If you go to his Facebook, that one. But that's a good one too.
Oh, this is the one.
It's another one, huh?
This one we got right here. You want another one?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Here we go, right here, man. That's the one I was talking about. But this is a good one too. But with the hoary head of beard and all that. This brother, man, I'm gonna say the brother passed away earlier today, right? And we want to just give the brother a shout out because he stood so firmly, did not lay down his sword. He kept in the ranks. You know what I'm saying? Coming to camp, even though he was, he had physical ailments and all that. That's a true brother that needs to be honored, man. That brother right there, man, definitely needs honor. You understand? One thing he does is show an older person in some years, you can do this too, man. This ain't too hard for you. You can come up out of that lifestyle too. Although everybody thinking that you stuck in in the slave mentality and going about your life. Let me get the scripture where it says, oh man. Give me the scripture where it said when he comes into the truth, the angels rejoice. Give me that too. Give me the one where he says, dang, I can't think of the words I'm looking for. When it goes when a righteous man dies or righteous man perish. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. Give me that too. We're gonna go into a few top things today. I'm gonna go into first. I wanted to bring out this brother right here, YAHWAH, man. In Philadelphia, his pastor, man. I wanted to get that brother a good honorable, honor and let everybody know in Israel, what's going on. It's a lot of things going on, man. A lot of evil coming up against the truth. A lot of people outside the truth trying to sabotage because they see what the glorious thing you're doing before the Lord.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got it?
Luke chapter 15 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
Likewise, I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner that repenteth. You see what the Lord said? This brother came out of that world and came into the truth, man. And it was glorious in the sight of the Lord, in the eyes of the Lord. For one, it showed that a brother with age can make that change if he wanted to. You are not without hope, or our king did not die in vain. You understand? It can be done, man. That's it on that. So that I'm gonna go ahead and because I got a few things I want to touch on real quick. But anybody, you want to say anything on that, or you good?
You told me to quote the scripture.
Yeah, I was telling you to hold. You got it?
I think it's Luke 15 and 10.
Go ahead, read. Let me hear what you got. Okay, what's the other one? Where he was talking about when a righteous man dies, people. I have to find it. It could be. For right now, we're gonna drop that. Okay, we're gonna drop that. All right. So, what else is on the agenda? The purple nuns, the purple cats, out in Kansas City. I know the generals talked about it. They gave their he talked about it and slammed him good Monday. And everybody in the camps is talking about it. I definitely want to talk about it. And I call them the purple nuns because in that religion that the nuns are in, they believe in not having a man. They believe in not being married, right? And these purple cats believe in you can only have one woman. You can have no woman or one woman. So to me, they're like the purple nuns. They wear that purple just like that nun. Them nuns wear their outfit, and they're joined under Christianity, man. Here's what I don't understand about these gay, this gay organization. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm sorry, Salaki.
Alternative lifestyle.
This alternative lifestyle organ. Go ahead.
If I could, sir.
Please interrupt me.
Everything that I've seen from them and everything that I've watched, I think it's appropriate to call them Christians. And I believe that this Israelite is set up to be the police and to be an obstacle for all Israelites.
Did y'all see how they had the brothers on when they on the ground?
They got arrested. That was an arrest.
I was gonna say. It's the same thing that they did to that brother when they killed that. Remember that brother that the police came and ran up on, and they was all on top of him. What's his name? Not George Floyd, but that's a good one too. But this brother recently, the one recently, that the fraternity. Who? Is that his name? Is that who it is?
You talking about the brother?
You talking about the police did it?
Yeah, with the brothers.
Oh, Memphis. You talking about Memphis?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, when they all came down on that brother, and it was like they had him on the ground and all that. That's the same spirit that these brothers. This shows you they believe. If you look at it, it's the same spirit, man. Same spirit coming out of it. And what General brought out heavy Monday was the fact that when General brought out when the brother was when one of their captains or bishops or whatever they call him was saying something to Nate. And I call him Nate. That's his whole name. Nathaniel 7 out of the GMS, Great Millstone. Yeah, I know he come out of Great Millstone though. I call him from back in the day. He came out of GMS. Y'all didn't know that? Yeah, he come out of GMS. That's what GMS. We used to make videos about him. Nathaniel 7. You know what I'm saying? But that's I call him Nate. That's what the hell that he called himself general. Can you believe that? He wants to be a general now. He gonna give himself a position of general. He ain't gonna earn it. God damn. Go ahead.
Sir, what you saying is so heavy. You know what I mean? I watched all the so-called men under him, and they kept calling him celebrity idol father. They kept
celebrity idol father.
They said you're the general of Christ's army. It felt like the men under him gave him a rank raise.
That's crazy, man. That's insane. Let me tell you something. Go ahead. Okay. Let me tell you something, man. That's so wicked and evil, man. That organization has got to be destroyed, man. We can't let that spirit live amongst us. That spirit of pride. That spirit of I'm gonna give myself a position. That spirit of I want everybody to look up to me while he's getting paid by the white man. While he's sucking up while he having you look at him as if he's something special. That Negro is outside of the truth and has nothing to do with Christ. Nothing at all. And let me tell you something else, man. These Israelite groups, which shows you so heavy that they don't understand the truth. I watched one group say, listen, why are we fighting? Why are we going against one another? We should we should come together and join hands or whatever. I'm sitting back and I'm like, how are we going to join hands with an organization that does not believe sex is marriage? With an organization that does not believe in what the scriptures teach? With an organization that is homosexual? Can I say that? I can't say that? Alternative lifestyle. How in the world are we going to come together with that? When we are truly changed men and women in this school, man, and we don't believe in that garbage they believe. That's what that. All right, Hebrew. You understand? So my whole thing is this. Let us come together and denounce all the religions of this empire, including fake Israelite groups. We are not coming together with you. We don't want to join you because you don't want to do what Christ said, man. You don't want to follow the right way. That's your problem. You understand? You got the scripture? Give me oh man. That's okay. Go ahead.
Now, if I could, I wanted to bring this out too. The thing that people don't understand is they don't understand the scriptures. They see the surface level of everything and think that that's what it is. And if I could,
what you mean they see the surface level?
Like they think Israelites are Israelites because they on the outside looking in.
Right.
But they don't understand. It was men that wasn't with Christ teaching that you should not have followed. You should have followed Christ.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is there's a part in the Bible that's so perfect that Christ broke this down, and I know that most people do not know what the hell Christ is talking about. Is with the steward when he told the people to pay less. I don't want to take over your class, but if we
that's a good scripture. You want to go to it? Let's get it. Let's get that, and I want to get to the one where Christ where Peter. Remember when Christ was laying down at the Last Supper that he was going to die? He was going to die. Let me see if I can put it up. Man, Salaki, y'all. This coming from one of General Haas's functions, man. He had over his crib, and I am not. I'm coming in here on the humble. Give me the one where it said, oh man. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let's go to, let's go to this one. Let's go to, I got a good one for y'all, if y'all bear with me. The Lord said you're supposed to train up brothers and sisters in the way they're supposed to go. You ain't supposed to let every philosophy come in. That's sacrilege, man. You think because we all the same. What Christ said, I pray for them. I pray not for the world. Did he not say that? Why did he say that? Because everybody wasn't following the way they're supposed to, the Lord's, that was it not in the truth. Obeying the Lord. If they was obeying the Lord, then they would have been there following Christ. Even though you had other groups at that time. Let me get this real script. I'm going to show you about arrogance, man. We're going to go into arrogance a little bit. How you are arrogant and proud and how that is against the Lord. Get me where Peter said, you remember Peter said he'll never desert Christ? Remember when Christ was sitting there and he was explaining, let me find this.
When he say he was going to betray Christ and he said he's going to do it.
No, he said they all going to scatter. He said they're going to cut off their head and they all going to scatter. And Peter said, I'm not going to never desert you, Christ. Even though Peter believed he being sincere, we don't understand that scripture, that how Peter was being haughty in spirit, man. I'm going to go into it and show it to you.
So, is it Matthew 26 and 35?
It might be, let me hear it. Matthew 26, start at 30.
30?
Oh, 30.
Matthew 26:30. And when they had sung in hymn, they went out into the Mount of Olives.
So now they going out to the Mount of Olives in one spirit. Christ is trying to keep the brothers together, keep the spirit alive, and teach them so that they'll be able to go out and teach other brothers and sisters. You understand? So let's read on. Come on, Steve, you got me?
Come. It said, then saith Jesus unto them, all ye shall not be offended because of me this night, for it is written, I will smite.
He said, all ye shall not.
It said, all ye shall be offended because of me this night.
All ye shall be offended. Read it nice and clear.
All ye shall be offended because of me this night.
All of you gonna be offended because of me this night. This night here, what is Christ talking about? Christ is prophesying his death, man. This is heavy to read this, man. He said, you're going to be offended because of me this night. Read it. Why are they going to be offended? Because of him. Read.
It says, for it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered abroad.
So wait a minute. Where is that? It's written. Christ said it's written. So it's in the Bible. And the prophets prophesied about this. Read it one more time. Come on,
yeah. For it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered abroad.
That's where it's written. Where's it written at? In the Bible. In the Bible. In the book of Zechariah. Zechariah prophesied that. I think that's the exact quote what Zechariah said. What is Christ talking about? What is he saying right there? What does he mean? Smite the shepherd and the sheep on the. They understood what he was saying. Break it down to me. Anybody want to break that down to me? What?
Is this saying like because Christ is about to be unalived by the Romans? That the rest of the
unalived, yeah, I gotta get used to the words.
Right.
Go ahead.
That the rest of his followers is gonna scatter.
Yeah. That they're gonna all run away. When that happens, you're gonna take flight. You're gonna abandon ship. That's heavy, man. Christ is telling them this. Christ is prophesying this, and this is so heavy how you know that the Bible is true, because 500 plus years ago, Zechariah prophesied the same thing. Way before Christ. And Christ understood, our King, Yahushua, understood that he was going to die. He's walking up to his death. Imagine you know when you're going to die. We all going to die. We all mortal. We all going to have to die one day. Every last one of us. What the hell do I got to be? Why am I proud? Proud about what? Huh? I can't change my fate. The brother Yahweh passed today. May the Lord raise that brother up in power. That brother passed today. We read, this is heavy, because we're reading about the king, and he knew he was about to go die. And he's telling them what's going to happen when that happens. Read on.
It says, but after I am risen again, I will go before you into Galilee.
Hold on, wait a minute. Peter, hold on, wait a minute. Give me the scripture where he said that he's not going to deny. Peter said, no, I won't deny you. Read on. Read on. I think it's a little further down.
It's a little further down. It says, Peter answered and said unto him, though all men shall be offended because of thee, yet will I never be offended.
Well, what's going on right here? Yahweh shall prophesy. Said, listen, and Zechariah before that when they kill Christ, that the prophets going to scatter. What is Peter saying? I'm not. Everybody else going to be offended that I'm not. What is that? Read on. Give me a little bit more.
So it means that he's basically saying that he's not going to deny Christ, even though Christ trying to tell him that that's what's going to happen.
Christ is telling him this is what's going to happen. And he's saying no. Even though everybody else is going to do it, I'm not going to do it. That's called what? Being what?
Proud.
You damn right it is. You got the king right here. You got the king prophesying. He's telling them what's going to happen. And Peter like, nah, I'm going to stand with you to the end. Ain't that what he's saying? That's pride. And listen what the king says about him. Read on.
Jesus said unto him, verily I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. Peter said unto him.
Hold up, wait a minute. What is Christ saying? Remember, the prophecy was you smite the head and the body gonna flee, and everybody gonna run to their own and gonna leave you the truth. What did Christ, and Peter said, nah, I ain't going nowhere. And what did Christ say? You going to deny? What does that mean? What does that mean? See that? Right there in the scriptures, right there. What does it mean? That you going to deny me thrice?
He's telling them, basically, I think before the roosters crow in the morning, that you are going to deny him because it was not.
But I'm trying to, okay, that's true. We understand he's telling them that. But remember the prophecy that's when they smite their head, everybody gonna scatter, right? But he's telling Peter this one thing. Peter said, nah, I ain't going to, I'm going to always be, I'm going to always say, be down with you. I'm going with you. And Yahweh shall turn to Peter and say, listen, you want to deny me 3 times. What does that mean? That's something heavy. Go ahead.
He kind of like checking him in the spirit and like he prophesying again, basically, breaking him down like, nah, this is really what it is.
That's true. But you ain't giving me what Yahweh Shai is saying to him. Remember, everybody else is going to scatter. But what is Peter going to do? Huh? It's worse than what they doing scattering.
Oh, deny him.
Going to deny him 3 times.
Right.
Meaning that is worse. It's one thing to run and flee for your life. But Peter is going to deny Christ. That's worse. You understand that? To say, I don't know this cat. If I'm running, I ain't got to say, I don't know this cat. I'm just fleeing because I'm frightened or whatever. That is worse. Feel that. You see what I'm saying? And then go ahead, read on.
It says, verse 35.
No, go to Luke. Luke. Let's go to Luke 22. Let's go to Luke 22 where he actually, let's see what happened. Let's see what happened with Peter. This is a very important thing, man. What we're bringing out. Your arrogance can destroy your life. Your arrogance can cause bitterness in your life. It's dangerous to you, man. It's something that, oh man, It is the absolute opposite of being humble. You see what I'm saying right here? Peter, instead of being in this type of spirit, he should have humbled himself, man. We know about Peter doing, Peter was the type of cat that would say things back, he was the one on a horse that cut off that soldier's ear. He also was the one during the time of the transfiguration that said, Lord, this is great. Let us build houses for Moses, Elijah, and you. And then the voice from heaven had to check him and say, this is my beloved son. Remember that? Here's another instance right here. Peter was he was not understanding or getting it. Go ahead, you got it?
I'm trying to find the exact verse. It's down here.
It's Luke, what, Luke 22?
Luke.
It's like 50.
It's in the 50s. It's like 22 and...
Where Christ prophesied what was going to happen, Peter said, no, in that type of spirit, and we're going to find out what happened.
I think I can start at verse 54.
Go ahead.
Luke 22 and 54. It says, then took they him and led him and brought him into the high priest's house. And Peter followed afar off.
Peter, he was way off, but he wanted to see what was going to happen. He wanted to be a witness, but he didn't want nobody to know. He didn't want to be up close. Read on.
And when they had kindled a fire in the midst of the hall and were set down together, Peter sat down among them.
So it's like a big courthouse or whatever that they brought our king into. And when the people were gathered together to this event or what was going on, he was amongst them, but standing to the side. Read on.
It says, but a certain maid beheld him as he sat by the fire and earnestly looked upon him.
Well, a certain maid, meaning the young woman. Go ahead.
And said, this man was also with him. And he denied him, saying, woman, I know him not.
He said, I don't know him. This is a man that said that I will stand with you to the end. Rolled with Christ, had teachings, speakings. But when it came down to it, he said, I don't know him. Read on.
Come. And after a little while, another saw him and said, thou art also of them. And Peter said,
you're a part of that group. You're a part of that group to go out and teach. You was rolling with him. I saw you teaching on the corners with him. And said, what?
It says, thou art so of them. And Peter said, man, I am not.
He said, man, what are you talking about? I ain't with them. I don't know them. Read on.
And about the space of 1 hour after, another confidently affirmed, saying, of a truth, this fellow also was with him.
He said, I bet you of my life of a truth that this is one of the cats that was with him. And what was Peter's response?
For he is a Galilean. And Peter said, man.
For he comes from Galilee. That's important. And what did Peter say?
And Peter said, man, I know not what thou sayest.
And Peter said, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have no affiliation with them. I don't know them or whatever. This is very important, man. This is very, very important. Read on. Let's hear what happened.
And immediately while he yet spake, the cock crew.
They say Yahweh looked at him. Go ahead, read on.
And the Lord turned and looked upon Peter.
And the Lord turned and looked upon him to let him know that, you know what? Who was right and wrong here? Peter was wrong. Yahweh was right. Yahweh told him what was going to happen. Peter was trying to fight against the things that the Lord said. And here's the thing that you got to understand as well. The Lord submitted himself to what was he understood that the things that was told came from the Father, and he submitted his will to the Father. You understand? I don't know if I'm explaining it right so you understand it. Yahweh submitted. Well, when Christ told Peter what the Father said would happen, Peter came up against it. He's arrogant. That's pride. That's what you're going to do this weekend with your goddamn celebrations, man. With your Memorial Day, you're going to go in here in the pride of your own understanding, pride of the things against the Lord, to go and uphold a wicked, evil holiday that comes from your slave master. Give me the one where it said, where's the Memorial Day? I got a good one on this. I think I didn't send it to you, though. Oh, man. Memorial Day is an evil day. Oh, man. What did I do with that thing? Oh, man. It might be in my email. It's evil and wicked, and blacks and Hispanics. You learn Memorial Day through slavery like you learn to eat pork through slavery. Like you learn to do all the other things that you do through the Christian church that funnels down captivity, slavery to you. We don't have no Memorial Day that the Lord sanctified that we're supposed to be celebrating. We don't do the things of the other nations, man. That's not our spirit. You trying to give me the spirit that does not belong in our nation? We should not take up these things, man. Well, you take up the things to your death. You take up the things, the Lord said, he going to disannul, where that scripture was said, he going to disannul you with your, of death. With your, I forgot what it said. Look up disannul or something like that. Oh, man. You're going to break your chain. Go ahead.
No, I'm going to look at what you asked.
All right. And give me the scriptures on the fake holidays before we go into these purple.
Is it in Isaiah?
Huh?
Is it in Isaiah?
Yeah, what was that?
14 and 27.
Let me hear it.
It's probably before that, though. It said, for the Lord of hosts hath proposed, and who shall disannul it? His hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back?
I don't know if that's that one.
It's not this one. Okay.
It's the one where you said, I'm going to break you, or I'm going to, from death. Ah, man.
Is the flying serpent in it?
I got to hear it.
It said, rejoice not thou, whole Palestina, because the rod of him that smote thee is broken. It's not this. It's not this.
It's not that one. But oh man, just give me 1 second, real quick. Let me see if I can find it.
It's in Hebrews.
I gotta hear what it says.
For there is verily a disannulling of the commandment.
No, where he said, I'm gonna break you from your just forget it. We have to go on. Wait. Because you were on a pathway to death, pretty much. What the Lord said, I'm going to break that path of death that you are on, and I'm going to bring you into a pathway where you will live. Meaning you want to live, but it ain't going to be because of your doing. The Lord going to have mercy and take you out of that mindset. What does it say?
Isaiah 28:18, and your covenant with death.
Yes, that's it. Good night. I'm glad you found that scripture. I'll go a little crazy on that one. I can't remember the word, but I remember the scriptures.
You gave me enough.
Okay, go ahead, read it from the top.
Isaiah 28:18.
That's allowed.
And your covenant with death.
You made a covenant with death. Right now, your covenant with death is with the Christian church and your belief in what the world is pushing. Read on.
And your agreement with hell shall not stand.
And your agreement with hell. I see they honoring SWV, SWV. Remember that sisters group? Sisters with Voices, SWV, gave them their own street today. Why do they do that? They want to make your woman proud. Why? Why are they puffing your woman up? Giving her all these talk shows. I flick on the TV, there's about 3 or 4 talk shows with black women. Why are they doing that? To puff them up, to keep black men in hell. That's your hell right there. And you know what? Not understanding the truth of how we're supposed to operate as women and men, how a woman is supposed to be a humble and a man is supposed to be over the family. You done made agreement with hell. This is hell we at. And your agreement you have made with this place. You know how much hoeing gonna be done this weekend for Memorial Day? Because people want to have a good time and celebrate this wicked holiday. You know how many families that have died? Families gonna try to celebrate this wicked holiday, man. People are gonna die over this weekend because you didn't made an agreement with hell, man. You didn't said, okay, because I think I'm going to get something from this place that you're in. Or I think because if I side with them, that they're going to, treat me with dignity or favor. That you take up their religions and their way of life as if it's yours. Brother, go ahead, Pastor Watt. You had a question?
No, I was going to say, and what's heavy about it is a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, try to talk down on us, but if you actually understood the scriptures and you look at the state that our people is in and the things we do, like what you bringing out right now, that's the proof that we the Israelites. All that confusion, right. All that, like you said, like us being joined on to death, making a covenant with death, that's the reason why, is because we are God's children. He's talking to us. He's not talking to nobody else.
That's right.
That's why you can look at the so-called Arabs, even though they into a false religion, you can look at what they're doing and be like, okay, we can uphold this. You can look at Christianity, even though Christianity is a false religion, we can uphold this. You can look at the Chinese and all the other nations and be like, we can uphold this.
They live because of our death.
Exactly what I'm trying to say. Because y'all are doing so well and we're so messed up, what you failing to realize is that's the proof that we are who we said we are.
That's right.
Because that is what was written in the Bible. Just like we just read what Christ said it was written. You're going to deny Christ 3 times. It's also written that in the land where it said you were not my people, it's going to say that there you were the children of the living God.
That's right.
I just wanted to bring it out real quick because what you bringing out is heavy. They don't understand that.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something, man. Oh, my goodness. I said there's going to be a lot of horn. Listen, I'm going to tell black men this, and they can go whatever they want to go with it. Our woman that made a covenant with the white man. Point blank, plain and simple. Listen, a lot of black men feed into this whore mentality that's being pushed on our women. You know, they got them walking around. I mean, you a man. But you got to understand where it's coming from. Who's pushing it? Why they think the way they do. Why would she rather be a whore for the white man than a wife to the black man? What's the disadvantages of her doing these things, and what's the advantages of her being a wife, being a whore? Who's training your woman up? Like, people don't even stop to think why the society is built the way it is, man. There's a spirit going out, man. There's a spirit going out right now that's teaching black women that, okay, she sees the advantage she can get in the society. She sees it. You being denied, black man. You denied jobs. You denied property. You denied a future in this place. She sees that. Who do you think? Who do you think she gonna side with? Now I want you to answer that. She gonna side with who? The man that got the money, or the man that's being ousted by this society, this world? Of course, man. Come on, man. Come on. That's why you having problems with her. You ain't figured that out. It's spiritual, man. Go ahead, read on. What we got?
It says, and your agreement with hell shall not stand.
Your woman think you are weak. She look at you an example of weakness. You don't even stand up, man. You celebrate Memorial Day like a guy, like that old Purple group celebrate not having but one wife, while they all molesting and kids and having sex out of both draw legs. They ain't gonna tell you about that, but they're gonna present you with the having one wife. The hell is wrong with our people, man? All societies do that, but the white man. They should tell you, man, this man is pushing this. I'm gonna tell you something. They honor that goddamn Jerry Springer. Jerry. When that white Jew was sitting up here breaking up black families, was he not? Is he the one to break up the families? Have women coming out there fighting and stuff and pushing it all, the destruction of our hatred of our people? Jerry, go ahead and watch it. I can't wait till we get to this white Haman. I was reading the book of Esther. And I'm looking at how Mordecai and Esther came up in that society and had prominence. And it's linking all up. Listen, it's so powerful because their influence is what is linking to the decisions that the kings have made, like Darius and all. I love them. I can go into that but what Mordecai said, what he said when he told Esther, think that thou shalt not escape. Find me that. Because before he said that, Mordecai said some heavy stuff, man. He said, this man was real down with his people, man. What did he say? He said, what was it he said? He said, don't you think the Lord, what make you think the Lord didn't put you in this position? Now, he petitioned Esther to go ahead and confront the king because this white Haman wanted to kill our people that's living in that empire, and he had favor because of I gotta read back the story, but you know what I'm talking about. Find the scripture where Esther said, where Mordecai said, well, why don't you? What make you think the Lord didn't put you in this position for this? Ooh, Mordecai laid it on her. He said, I gotta figure out. I gotta let you hear what he said. Let's find that for me. So as we going on, man, these holidays, this evil, wicked, satanic Memorial Day comes from the Greeks and the Romans. Let me see. Go ahead, you got it? I hope you got that. So if y'all got any questions, make sure y'all come on with them. Bring them on in. And let's deal with it. Did you find it or no? What Mordecai says,
Is it 4:14?
what does it say?
It says, and I'm gonna start 13. Then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther, think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house.
Yeah, go up above that. You got a good one above. What is it, though?
Well, the part you asked for, I think, is below this.
Okay, read on.
It said, think not with thyself.
No, you got to go above it because I want to get the whole gist of it. Y'all got to hear this. Mordecai is petitioning on the behalf of our people because this wicked white man went before the king and said, there's a people that's in the empire. Go ahead. Oppressor. Right there. Oppressor petitioned the king to destroy the Jews. Go ahead, you got it? Give me two of them.
Can I say something real quick? I'm
Go ahead.
gonna start now. And what you're bringing out about them teaching that you can have more than one wife, and that being only the Greeks and the Romans did that, only the oppressors did that, is heavy because they only had one wife, but they laid down with everything else.
That devil goes, I mean, that oppressor goes all over the earth, laying with everybody.
So
why he teaching more than one wife here?
So he teaching one wife here, and you following his example. You're not following the Lord's example.
Right.
But
and the Christian church teaches you can only have one wife. Why they molesting, having sex with everything, all the preachers having sex with extramarital affairs, but they want you to believe in the philosophy of having one. Come on, man, I ain't got time for this. Do what the hell you want to do. If you want to have one wife, have one wife, man. You want to have more than one wife. Don't tell nobody that this is the way God wants this to be, because God never said that you should only have one wife. God never said that Mary never had sex. What else they teach? God never said that. God said that sex was marriage. Sex is marriage. What else they teach over there? All kinds of stuff. Go ahead.
you talking about in the purple group?
In the purple group and all these fake Israelite groups. They teach a whole bunch of different things, man, that's against the scriptures, man, we got to come up against. Go ahead, you got it? Read the scripture.
I'm going to start at...
There's a couple verses above it.
I'm going to start at Esther 4:3. And in every province, whithersoever the king's commandment and his decree came, there was a great mourning among the Jews.
That time was heavy amongst our people. Why? Because they was looking to kill us. And I'll put it to you like that. That wicked Haman, he understood he was trying to get revenge for Saul coming to kill his people. Yeah. That Haman said something, kill young, just like Saul. I got to find it. Right now, I can't go into it. But there's a scripture he said that matches up to exactly what Saul said, what the Lord told Saul to do. So he's coming back saying, listen, let's kill the Jews. This is Haman, an Edomite, what's the Jews? What's the pedigree? He's an Edomite from what? From damn, I can't think of it right now. He's a so-called, can I say fake Jew?
Amalek.
Amalek, that's what I'm talking about. Amalek. Good night. Stay with me if you could. He's from Amalek. He's a Amalekite. Same as Jerry Springer. Trying to destroy black people. Y'all worship these people, man. Go ahead. Give me some more. Go ahead.
Fasting and weeping and wailing, and many lay in sackcloth and ashes. So Esther's maids and her chamberlains came and told her.
So she didn't even know what was going on. She's up in the castle somewhere, away from main society. She don't understand the weeping and the wailing and the tears and the agony we going through, living day to day with this decree that's come out with the king, knowing that we about to go get slaughtered, mass slaughter is about to happen to us. She don't understand that. And that should tell you something, man. These people don't understand how you live. They had to go and tell the Esther. Didn't they say the chambermaids came and told? What did it do? Read it. What you just read.
It says, so Esther's maids and her chamberlains came and told her. Then was the queen exceedingly grieved.
See, they told her what was going on. She didn't understand it. Living in the castle, living in with the king, living amongst the women, his wives or whatever. And they came and told her, and she said, what? Oh my gosh. Go ahead, read on. This is a heavy story, man. This is a true woman right here, man. This is a true woman that loves her people, man. I mean, this spirit got to live in this earth, man. It only lives in the I.S.U.P.K. For that fool, for that idiot to come up against the sister in this school, man, what's her name?
Was it
Miriam? I think it was Miriam. I'm not sure. For that goddamn dumbass idiot. Oh, sorry, I can't say that. I can't say that. But for that idiot to see the righteousness in his sister and come up against that, that is a wicked thing that should be cast out from amongst us, man. We got to make sure our women understand, encourage them, especially when they come out of the world. You got to. How do you expect women to come out of the world and you got evil and you saying evil about the righteousness that a woman is speaking? You ain't you supposed to be the one that's leading her out of the world. Go ahead, read on. Come here, give me some more.
It said, then was the queen exceedingly grieved, and she sent raiment to clothe Mordecai.
So hold on, Mordecai, what's happening with Mordecai? Mordecai going up the gate, I believe, and wearing sackcloth, totally grieved over what's going on in his empire. Read on.
And to take away his sackcloth from him,
yeah,
that he received it not. Then Esther called for.
Mordecai said no. They trying to give him something nice to wear, to take off that grieving clothes, so make him feel good. That's what they trying to do, make you feel good while your people dying, while we in hell, while we suffering, while we ain't got nothing. You feel good. You walking around like you got family, you got a husband to care about you, huh? You got kids that ain't destroyed. Walking around feel good. That's what these Negroes is trying to destroy amongst blacks and Hispanics. They're not going to be able to do. They're going to be stopped. Ain't no police going to destroy what we built. Be damn, man. What the Lord has built. Go ahead, read on. Come on.
It says,
got a lot to cover on this. This is good. Go ahead.
But he received it not. Then called Esther to Hatach, one of the king's chamberlains, whom he had appointed to attend upon her, and gave him a commandment to Mordecai to know what it was and why it was. So Hathach went forth to Mordecai unto the streets of the city, which was before the king's gate. And Mordecai told him of all that happened unto him.
So Mordecai out there at the gate of the king in protest, in agony, with sackcloth on, mourning because of this thing happening, man. And what happened?
And Mordecai told him of all that had happened unto him, and of the sum of the money that Haman.
Where's the one I was asking for? The scripture was the one where he told Esther. No, you ain't gonna escape. Just skip down to that. I don't want the whole story right now.
You talking about where I was at earlier?
Well, you said you ain't gonna escape.
Oh, come. Verse 13. Then Mordecai commanded to Esther, think not with.
No, go up one verse above that. What does it say?
And they told to Mordecai Esther's words.
Hold on, where did Esther? Okay, go up above Esther that.
And Esther spake unto Hathach and gave him commandment unto Mordecai. All the king's servants and all the people of the king's provinces do know that whosoever, whether man or woman, shall come unto the king into the inner court, who is not called, there is one law of his to put him to death. Listen,
if that king didn't hold that scepter, it's a golden scepter. And that was the only way you would not be able to put to death when you go confront the king. Meaning what? His time was important. He ain't want to be BS. Only way if he wanted to hear your what's the, he put that scepter out, and that would give you what do you call it? Grace. They would not put you to death. If he didn't put that scepter out, they'll put you to death for coming before the king. Read on. Is it off?
No, I paused for a second.
Okay, go ahead. Come on, let's read on.
It says, except such to whom the king shall hold out the golden scepter, that he may live. But I have not been called.
That golden scepter. Go ahead, read on.
But I have not been called to come unto the king these 30 days. And they told to Mordecai Esther's words. Then Mordecai commanded to answer Esther.
Hold up, this is Mordecai's answer to Esther. And I want all you black women to listen to this. Y'all think that by joining this place and being a part of this place, that you're going to escape the wrath. Listen to what Mordecai says. Read.
It says, think not with
Think
thyself.
not. Don't you think with yourself, man. That's the number one thing. And that's the hardest thing for our women to do. Think not with yourself. Read on.
It says that thou shalt escape in the king's house.
That you going to escape in the king's house. Who's the king? The white, the so-called oppressor. Don't you think you going to escape? Read on. Come on.
It says, in the king's house more than all the Jews. For if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place.
Another place is going to deliver. Don't worry about it, black y'all. If you hold your peace, Esther, while you sitting up in a position where you could challenge what this enemy of God, of our people, is trying to do to our people, then it comes from somewhere else. But you ain't gonna be left to survive. Read on. If harm comes down on the people, you won't catch it too. In other words, you ain't gonna. Mordecai is saying just because you sitting in that position, wherever you are, getting the accolades of this place, don't think you're going to escape the harm that's coming to our people. And a lot of people do that. They think they're making a lot of some money, and they turn a blind eye to brothers and sisters dying all day, every day. And they think money going to save them. But the scripture said your money ain't going to save you, man. Read on in that day. Read on.
That's right. So like,
What?
if I could too, this was literally somebody in the comments talking about if you got money, then you got power. And it's like, that's not always the point. Just because you doing well, if your people are suffering, that does not help you.
How much power you have when you got money, but you ain't got no land? Your people ain't got no land. You're as powerful as your people are.
Right.
You don't get no extra power because you decide you want to leave your people and go and join the oppressor.
Right.
That's ridiculous. You're the only nation that thinks that way because you don't have any power. You don't have no land. You don't have your money comes from another nation. Your holidays come from another nation. This Memorial Day comes from another nation. It has not come from you. You do everything of another. Your language comes from another nation. Your identity, African American, comes from another nation. That all comes from another nation, man. So what power? Because you get a few dollars. You get a few dollars, you gotta ask your oppressor, can I go visit Europe? You gotta go ask him about getting a what's his name, and tell him when you're gonna be back. Come on, man. Let's not be ignorant, man. A landless people is a powerless people, man. Go ahead, if I could.
What you bring out is so epic. We landless. That's not our face on that money. The money can crash. Esau money crash. He richer than you will ever get, and he jump out the day window because he realized that his money is worthless right now. So the worth of the money is based on them. So we have no land, no laws, no continuity, no community among each other. We can't even pick to marry one another.
Your government comes from your oppressor.
Right.
You join his government and try to act like it's your government.
Your police force.
You join his police and try to act like it's part of you. I just don't understand how we don't understand that. This is not your society, man. It don't belong to you. You making him stronger. Joining this government, black people vote. I seen one girl said, count every vote. What makes you think you gonna count your black vote? Count every vote. I almost laughed my ass out the goddamn the building, man. She had a certain that said, count every vote. Black woman. The hell make you think they gonna count your black vote? They up here abuse. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's go ahead, Oscar White. Read on.
It says, but thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed.
But thou and what?
Thy father's house shall
Thy father's house. See what you don't understand? You represent your father. You blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, even though you don't think nothing of your family, you go out and living for yourself and making you are a representation of your father's house. Will your father's house fail or will it be built? Do you even understand how you supposed to go about building your father's house, man? Establishing that. David understood it. David understood it. How do you understand? By believing in the laws of his father, man. By being righteous. Remember his father said he out there tending the sheep when Samuel came looking for him. He was doing trying to rewrite to his father. Go ahead, read on. Will you establish your father's house this weekend while you out there prostituting yourself on a holiday that the Lord did not command you to celebrate? Will you not celebrate it in remembrance of your father in his house, man? Or will you whore yourself out spiritually and physically a lot?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Read on. He said, you and your father's house will be destroyed. Read that top verse again. Read it from the top again.
It said, for if thou altogether hold thy peace.
If you all together shut your mouth in the time that blacks and Hispanics are dying, here you as quiet as you can be. Ain't got nothing to say. Read on.
It says, then shall their enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place.
Keep going.
But thou and thy father.
But you and your father's house what?
Shall be destroyed.
Are going to be destroyed, man. You are destroying your father's house, man, by siding with your oppressor. Is there any more on that?
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. Esther is something, man. How they got in position. It's amazing to me, and how the timeline is so accurate and what happened during that time. It's amazing. It's amazing to me. All right, let's go ahead. It's 8:54. We might go a little over today. We might go a little over. You ready for it?
We go over a little bit.
All right, the Most High in Christ.
You wanted Luke the Steward?
Yeah, you can get that one. But y'all see the advantage of this kingdom. Just like Esther had the advantages of that kingdom, but Esther cared about her people. No, go ahead where you was going. Y'all women see the advantage of this kingdom. I see it all the time. They are pushing hard that this woman be arrogant, getting proud. They had that brother. What was that brother's name? The one that would do the dating thing. The one that would say why women didn't have try to. Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels. I think he didn't understand. He didn't know the truth. You know what I'm saying? But he exposed a lot in these women as far as, you know, your desire of this kingdom. That got to be quelled, man. That got to be quenched. You can't have it both ways. Desiring Christ's kingdom and desiring your oppressor's kingdom. Go ahead.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 22.
No, it was just say something else. Every animal you see is looking for its own survival. The squirrels lay up nuts, like the scriptures say, for their survival. The birds, you know what I'm saying? The scriptures say the Lord feeds the birds, the Lord take care of them, right? They all look for their own survival. The only people that don't is black people. We don't look for our own survival. We look at joining another people when we're supposed to be building for ourselves, man. We don't. Go ahead. What we got?
Luke 16 and verse 1. And he said also unto his disciples, there was a certain rich man which had a steward, and the same was accused of him that he had wasted his goods. And he called him and said unto him, how is it that I hear of thee? Give an account of thy stewardship. So
now the master talking about, I want to go over the books and see how much progress or how much what do you call it when you what?
He wanted to check the books basically and see if
how much growth
that
he is manifested with what he was given. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Prophet. or whatever.
And if I could too,
What?
This is you want to break down what this metaphor is about? You want to wait till?
I mean, whatever you want to put. What is? What?
You want to break it down? You can break it down, sir.
No, go ahead. The steward is talking about the Most High.
No, the steward is the people I thought that was teaching. Supposed to be teaching.
Yeah, go to the beginning of it for me, so I can hear what it's saying. I thought when he came back, I'm talking about Christ coming back, right? Well, the Lord is the one that. There's one where the Lord.
This one is where.
Go to the beginning of it. What is it say? What does he start off by? It says, "Steward, a man left the fields and went somewhere else, I believe."
No, I was reading the first verse. It just say, and he said unto his disciples, there was a certain rich man. He giving them a parable.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
And the parable, I think, is about like the people teaching what God.
Well, let's read down and see.
Okay, we'll get into it like that. Verse 2, and he called him and said, how is it that I hear of thee? Give an account of thy stewardship, for thou mayest be no longer steward. Then the steward said within himself, what shall I do? For my Lord taketh away from me the stewardship.
Okay. All right. I know which one this is now. Go ahead. This is the one where he made a deal with everybody because he knew he was going to not be steward no more. This is a smart, wicked man. This is what exactly. This is the IUIC. This is what exactly what it's talking about. Them purple cats. He knew he was not going to be in the school anymore. And so he went and made deals with people that are outside of the school to resurrect a false religion.
That's right.
A religion of purple and one woman men. But you can be what do you call it? An extortionist. You can be a pedophile. You can have sex with transgender. All this is allowed. You can invite heathens in. But you know what I'm saying? This is exactly what he had done. He went outside and made deals with the oppressor. If you don't understand how the oppressor works, this man knows. Listen, let me tell you something, man. If I could, off the record. Let me get a drink. Is it still paused?
It's paused right now. You good.
Okay, good.
It's on 10%.
Okay, give me a drink real quick. This man knows one thing, man. I'm gonna level with you. He knows it's time for him to come. He's gonna come down in power. His power is getting diminished. He's coming down. His society is not what it used to be. And he's trying to save face. And let me tell you how the way a wicked man saves face. Check my bag. It's in my bag. Pull it out. Oh. A wicked man saves face by making deals with other wicked men. He done made deals with men of our people. Y'all got to go back and read when the Moabite made the deal with the brother to curse our people. He made deals with other organizations to come up against the truth. And y'all, it shouldn't surprise you any because they've been coming up against the truth forever. They've been trying to just disrupt the truth, teach lies about the truth. Y'all see what happened at the Passover when they made news pushed it because we had the I.S.U.P.K rented a convention center. And they came up and said, we shouldn't be able to rent a convention center. Why not? Because we teach them what? The truth, basically. You shouldn't be able, what did they do on the corner? Where's that building called? No, the one we had in Philly when we went to court and won. Liberty Place. How can I forget? It's called Liberty Place, but there's no liberty amongst that place. We was in front of their teaching. The whole goddamn building is like a mall filled with different stores. Not one owned by black people. Black people is a security in that place. You're a security guard. You work in them stores, but not one store. Hey, the water, Hebrew. I got it. All right, I appreciate that. Not one of the stores is owned by you. And we blazed that place out because you know what? I say about 40%, 30% of black people's going in there, 30, 40% up in that place buying and spending their money and trying to, you know, and what do you call it? Patronizing that place. You remember Liberty Place?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. We was out there blazing on that place. I mean, blazing on that place. Blazing to the point where these devils hired a DJ to come out there and play music while we teaching. And feel that. 1 second. Not only that, took us to court about us speaking on the street, and we won. They had a staff of lawyers. We had one. Staff of lawyers, and we won. We won, and guess what they did? What did they do after we won? Asked the why?
I think they built a bike rack.
Not only a bike rack, put flowers and stuff, flower pots, so that we wouldn't be able to see. It got a certain, can't block a certain part of the walkway when people are walking down the street. And for us to set up and teach, we had to be at, have a certain space that we couldn't, enter into. We had to set up our equipment and all that. We was denied that because they set up big flower pots right now in front of Liberty Place. Bike racks, all that, because they didn't want us out there teaching. That's the type of enemy you're dealing with, man. Go ahead, where we at?
Oh, come on. It says, so he called everyone, it's like, I am resolved, it's like, it says, for my Lord.
Let them know who you at.
This is Luke 16:3.
Go ahead.
The steward said within himself, what shall I do?
I'm in peril. My master is about to let me go. How am I, let me think about what I can do in order to, sustain myself. Boy, read on.
For my Lord taketh away from me the stewardship. I cannot dig to beg, I am ashamed. I am resolved what to do.
That's what's going to happen when these Christian preachers are going to be, well, that's exactly what happened to Christian preachers as far as them teaching in the church. But now they understand that they got to take a different angle to come against the truth. Now that the churches are being found out to be liars.
That's right.
Now that it's coming out that black people are the true, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and all the things that we suffer in our captivity. It's coming to light. It's right manifesting itself right before your eyes. Your enemy knows that you ain't celebrating and ain't doing the things like you used to do them.
Right.
So in his cunning way, he's resurrecting organizations and to come up against the truth. They've done this all, I mean, they do it all the time.
Right.
Like when they want to fight nations, like Russia, that Russia may fund, did not Russia fund the civil rights organization and Gaddafi?
They funded Cuba.
Huh?
They funded Cuba.
Cuba and Gaddafi funded the Muslim movement, and them Muslims rose up back in the 60s. They was a big thing back then. You know what I'm saying? That's how they fight against one another. Because maybe the organizations get so big that it'll topple the economy. You know what I mean? And then you'll be weak before the people that's funding you. You know what I mean? Or you'll grow so big that they'll have allies inside of this country that they can maneuver and manipulate. That's how they do it. So this is what this steward found out. Let's hear what this steward did. Read.
I am resolved what to do.
I don't know what I'm going to do. Go ahead.
That when I put out on my stewardship, they may receive me into their houses.
What does that mean?
So like this when he figured out what he wanted to do. So
what does it mean? Just break it down. We're gonna let's just talk about what the steward decided. That when I'm resolved of my stewardship, that they will receive me in their houses. What does that mean?
He want to make it to where he got a place to go. Basically,
he gonna be good. Yeah. Like when I'm cut loose, you still receive me, meaning you still have love or whatever. That's exactly what happened to Eddie Long. Remember Eddie Long? Remember Eddie Long?
Yeah.
Eddie Long was supposed to be cut from black people when that child molestation or whatever, rape or that homosexual behavior came before us. Well, you can't say that. What can't you say? Child molestation, rape?
Probably can't say nothing.
Oh, snap.
We say essay.
Did it cut me?
For assault. You didn't get cut.
Not yet. Okay. All right. Well, that sexual deviancy that happened, well, he was revived. He knew what to do.
That's right.
Eddie Long ain't no fool. He wasn't no fool. He went and made deals with those that were outside to raise him up. What do I mean by that? Eddie Long it's real prevalent. Where's the one where the guy came? You got that video of him when the oppressor came and said he gave him the scroll and all that. Pull that up real quick. I'm gonna show y'all something, man. I'm gonna show you something. Go ahead.
The TikTok jump in the die.
It's about to die? All right. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all what's behind this. And y'all better understand something. Instead of looking and see, instead of somebody reading you a few scriptures and you think, wow, they got the truth. They read that scripture nice. There's a lot of men that are, what do you call it? That you might think but I want to say that have I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but you might be attracted to. Don't look upon the flesh, man. The scripture says, try the spirit and see if it's of God. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You got it? I want just a snippet of it. Maybe a few.
On one side is justice, and the other is blessing. He now is given the Constitution of God as a king. I'll give this to you, Bishop, as a sign of covenant, as a sign of release, as my sign.
Wait, is that it? He gave him, listen to this, gave him the scrolls, they said from, oh man, I can't think of where, from Auschwitz or whatever, from one of them camps that them so-called Jews, can I say that? Yeah. Those so-called Jews were being held by the Germans to, Can I say oppressors? Two oppressors. Go ahead, read. Go ahead.
Play more of the video.
Play more of the video. A little bit more.
God love for you. Amen. My brothers have come forth, 4 sons.
This is game.
Representing the 4 corners.
Stop it right
of the
there.
earth.
Stop right there. 4 corners of the earth.
You know.
That's pimping at its best. That's game. Eddie Long was not no fool. He knew that he would have to go to the slave master to be resurrected amongst blacks, because he understood, you know, what position he was in. And here's what these fake Israelite groups don't understand. See, it died. Here's what they say, don't understand. They go to those fake oppressors as well. Here's what they don't understand with the IUIC. The IUIC, once the oppressor cuts them off, will no longer, won't be nothing. The ISUPK, they rely on their oppressor. The ISUPK, we don't rely on our oppressor. We rely on each other. We rely on brotherhood. We rely on the laws of the Lord. You understand? There's a big difference. A great big difference. Go ahead, let's read on. We got any more? We're going to end it in a few, but I just want to bring that out.
It said, so he called every one of his Lord's debtors unto him, and said unto the first, how much owest thou unto my Lord? And he said, 100 measures of oil.
A what?
100 measures of oil.
So he lowered the debt. Keep going.
And he said, take thy bill and sit down quickly and write 50.
So he said, instead of 100, now they in a debt for 100 barrels of oil, right? Go write 50. What is he doing?
He's lowering the debt so it's easier for them to pay, so they'll be his friend.
Yeah, he's buying their love.
Right.
You know?
So it will come. And it says,
he ain't paying no money. He's lowering the debt. And still he's buying their love, their trust, he's doing something that they will read on. Let's read on. Let's get a few more.
Said, then said he unto another, and how much owest thou? And he said, 100 measures of wheat. And he said unto him, take thy bill and write 80.
What's 80? A score is 20, I believe. 80 is 80. So instead of 100, let's write 80. Keep going.
And the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation.
The Lord said, listen, if you was as smart as this unjust steward, you would live. You would live. You would know how to operate. Even though what he did was unjust. But even though he was unjust, he was wise in his evil. You ever heard somebody like say that? Like even though you can look at some of the things that your oppressor do, and they're wise with their evil, man. And you like, damn, they unjust and they evil as hell. But if I was in that position, I might have done the same damn thing if I had no hope. If I had no promise of nothing, and I was in power and I had money, wouldn't you fund organizations to try to, like, I've got laws that say, you know, I can't stop them from what they're doing, but I can rise up. What would you do in your oppressor seat? Imagine you as an Edomite, and you're in control of the society. It's your society. And your society is falling. And you understand spiritually what's going on. What would you do? Oh, yeah. Coming clear to you now. Go ahead.
It's so heavy what you bringing out, man. This the part that our people don't understand is that the oppressor is very wise in how he deals with.
Yeah, they ain't no fools. Now they are, but now they ain't winning no foods,
So
really.
he's seen back during, I think it's the Reagan administration, he said we got two enemies, the anti-war left and black people. And he was doping up, giving his own people LSD. His political opponents, he was getting them high with something that would destroy their mind, or they get hooked on it to where later on he could just be like, "Oh, that's a
who Reagan?"
From the CIA and stuff. He's like, "Oh, that's a drug addict."
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you, Reagan is the reason for the unions being wiped out. Reagan is the reason why the middle class is being attacked and wiped out. A lot of people think it's coming from Obama or Clinton or even what do you call it? What's the guy president for Clinton? President for Clinton, I forget. My mind is as good as it used to be. But a lot of people blame it. Reagan eliminated a lot of things. Them Reaganomics was to destroy black people, man. Was to have the rich and the poor. There's the rich running things and the poor. You being the camel, the way the donkey, and the way they building this place, man. You being the workhorse. You being the slave. You understand that? They put you as a slavery and another way politically. And you talking about something, count every vote. Have mercy, brother. Sister. They do their policies, they enslave you. You don't even realize you working twice as hard as you was before. You don't realize think food is twice as much as it was before, 2 or 3 times as much. They're enslaving you through different means, man. They ain't outright telling you to go in a cotton field and pick cotton, but for your survival, for your kids' survival, for your wife's survival, you better go out there and get into some slavery. Go ahead, read on. And listen, and I was going. Go ahead.
If I could, we could just go ahead and relate this to what we was talking about. You know what I'm saying? If we want to talk about this and making it real, you brought up Bishop Eddie Long, which is perfect, and this is where the IUIC comes from. Man. That's why they teach that you only can have one wife, because guess what? They're
part of Christian church.
Come and telling the members that you can have more than one wife, like the Bible says, guess what that do? It's gonna make more people not join you.
Yeah.
Trying to teach the Hebrew is gonna make more people not join the organization or think that it's too hard. So what we do? Take out the Hebrew.
You take out the Hebrew. Don't wear no head, no crown. They don't wear crowns.
Let people get dreads and get shape-ups and cut into their beard.
Listen, that is a disgusting organization, man. That organization takes away, that's what arrogance will get you. That's one arrogant Negro. They give me problem. What is it? Haughty. Pride come before the fall.
I got that. I can
get it. You get that. I think it's Proverbs 16.
If I could say one more thing too.
Go ahead.
Before I came to this school, right, I knew that I was supposed to come to this school, but me and my brother that's in the Atlanta camp now, Ricard. Yeah, that's my brother from the world. We from the world together. Okay. I called a UPK number, right, that was on the website for Atlanta, and it was like it didn't work. So we found I think they found her. I found their school. The purpose we found their school, right? So we go sit in there for the day, and we leave. And when we leave, we talking amongst ourselves. And I was like, "Well, the UPK the truth." And he thinking like we can just learn from them, and then we go to the street ourselves. I'm like, "Nah, that ain't what we're supposed to be doing."
The spirit ain't, yeah.
But then look, this what happened. The reason why that group didn't fit, and we went to one GLCC class too, and I knew to come here and to tell him to come here is because I knew I have issues. This organization is not built around really casting the demons off of a brother. Y'all trying to raise up everybody and trying to sell somebody a garment from day one. I could could tell what the spirit was from the beginning.
Right.
So in here, you sit in these seats, your demons is gonna get checked. You gonna get corrected. You gonna get
Goddamn right. And let me tell you something else. You ain't gonna bring that bullshit up in here. That bullshit gotta be checked at the door, man.
That's right.
You coming up in here with some brotherhood. You gonna act like you got some goddamn sense, and we're gonna have a drink if you need something to talk about. But check that bullshit at the door, man. You understand? Because that shit ain't gonna fly up in here. They let everything in there. You homosexual, you can go up in there. You a goddamn African, you can go up in there. You a goddamn what do you call that? Down low. You can go up in there. It's a goddamn organization. And this is another thing. Them homosexuals always take a color and try to rule over it.
Right.
Purple was not supposed for that homosexual took that color and said, this is going to be the color of the IUIC. It's like them gay people took that rainbow.
Right.
And now the rainbow is a beautiful thing. But with them goddamn, what you call it, homos, am I still on?
You're not on it no.
When them faggots got the goddamn rainbow, it's a disgusting thing. It's disgusting in the hands of you homos, man. Relinquish that goddamn rainbow, you pedophiles, and you goddamn people that disobey. Sodomites. That's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Where we at? Go ahead.
You usually ask for one more scripture.
What would I ask for?
Proverbs 16:18.
Go ahead.
Pride goes before destruction.
Hold on. What goes before destruction? Pride. What is pride? Look up pride. Look up the word pride. Alexa, what is pride? Say it on tonight. Look at the word pride.
It says pride, a feeling of deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements. The achievements.
But one's a feeling of deep pleasure and what else?
Or
satisfaction derived from what?
One's own achievement.
One's own achievement. I did it. I'm the one that did it. I was the one that went through whatever it was and achieved what I achieved. You're a goddamn liar, man. You're a goddamn liar. You achieve what you can't do nothing without the Lord. The scriptures say. You ain't achieved what you achieved. Who give you the ability to achieve what you achieved? Read on.
It says pride goes before destruction.
Go ahead.
And a haughty spirit.
What's haughty? What does it mean to be haughty? Look up the word haughty. Let's get it together. Let's see what's going on. You arrogant, you prideful, you make it in the white man's kingdom, the oppressor's kingdom, and you want to go ahead and be a part, fit right on in. Be a part of his kingdom while he's destroying you. Your pride, that's just because you're in your pride. Go ahead. What does it say?
It says arrogantly superior.
What? No, what does a haughty mean?
Arrogantly superior.
Arrogantly superior. You got a haughty look. What does the Lord mean you got a haughty look? You arrogant. You pride and boastful. You think because of what you've done is why things are the way they are. Let me check you on something, man. We don't live. What does the scripture say? For his name's sake. Okay. Oh God. Well, remember he said, and his name for his name. Look up for his name's sake. I can't think of that scripture. I'm gonna look it up real quick. I'm trying to see if I can find it. This phone is not good in the hands of one that don't know how to use it. I know there's one where he said that in no, hold on. I know the one he said Romans 9:13. He said he rose up Egypt. Remember Pharaoh? And you got it? But there's another one where he said he do what he does for his name's sake. You understand?
It's Psalms.
What does it say?
Psalms 106:8. Nevertheless, he saved them for his name's sake.
Go above that.
Psalms 106 in verse 5 or verse 4. It said, "Remember me, O Lord, with the favor that
this is David. David saying, remember me. You already know about David. David was the man after God's own heart. And David said, remember me, O Lord. Read on.
It says, with the favor that thou bearest unto the people. Oh, visit me with thy salvation.
Visit me with your salvation. How the Lord gonna save you if you ain't doing the things he told you to do? You expect the Lord to have mercy and to visit you and with his salvation, and you don't do what he told you to do. His laws don't mean nothing to you. How is that going to happen? Read on.
It says, we have sinned with our fathers.
We have what?
Sinned with our fathers.
You better believe it. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we sinned with our fathers. Y'all gonna go and celebrate a goddamn Memorial Day because your father celebrated it and your grandfather celebrated it. And they come with stories telling you, oh man, during this time we had a good time. We had a cookout and the music was good and we partied and whatever. And we had a good time. So in your mind, as it's handed down from someone that did not obey the Lord, in your mind, this reinforces your evil behavior. This gives you clout to go and do what the hell you want to do against the Lord. And to justify it because of your love for your family. And I don't blame, listen, anybody would love their family that do not know the Lord, would love to pick their family over the Lord that do not know the Lord. Go ahead, read on. Is there any more?
It says, our fathers understood not thy wonders in Egypt. They remember not the moment.
Hold up, they did not understand. This ain't we in? What happened in Egypt? Pharaoh was proud. Pharaoh said, who is God that I should acknowledge him? Who is the Lord? Remember when Moses came up there and Pharaoh said that? Oh, it was on, baby. I bet you after all that took place, Pharaoh understands now there is no more. Where are you going to see Egypt? You'll see a bunch of white oppressors living in that land. Trying to claim that they, listen, the brother, what's the comedian name? From Philly? The little short one. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart said something about Egypt. They went crazy. Oh, Egypt being black. Oh, Egypt black. Ah. It's 9:30 already? Good night. Time is rolling. All right, we're gonna let it go. Finish reading this scripture real quick.
It said they remember not the multitude of thy mercies, but provoked him at the sea.
You provoked them. You made him angry. Read on.
Even at the Red Sea.
You going?
Nevertheless, he saved them for his name's sake.
For what?
His name's sake.
Why? Why did the Lord save them? What does that mean for his name's sake? Give me. No, you got to give me more than that. We got to go deeper than that. Of course, for his reputation. But what? He saved them. Go ahead.
And as the God of those people, he had to show like those.
You just read it. They did not remember the Lord. He saved them so that they would testify and they would be down with him and they would do the things of the Lord. But our people, it was a point where we forgot about the Lord. You follow what I'm saying? That's deep. Listen, I got to end the class right there. This is Captain Shapar. Listen, the brother, y'all watch, man. Y'all, the brother passed earlier today. You know what I'm saying? That was a brother that, in the school. You know what I'm saying? And we definitely that the brother would be missed, man. But he's in a better place, man. He's with the Father, and he's not suffering anymore. These wicked ass camps, man. This old purple crap. This purple crap was going to wash away with the tide, man. There'll be no more. You know what I mean? But the I.S.U.P.K, man, we the truth.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I started out at 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, man. This is the truth, man. Like I tell brothers, I remember, and I know Camp Manager GEN.YAHANNA probably don't want me to tell y'all this. I'm gonna say it because I know he's too proud. He's not proud to say it, but he's too modest. I remember he was living in his school at DC, and my behind was coming up in there. Living in his school, man. That was his residence. You understand? Having classes, man. Teaching. Forsaking this world. Ain't no brother did. I know shit. Ain't no way in the world you're gonna tell me this ain't the truth. Forsaken, not joining. With the knowledge he had, of course he could have joined this world and taught lies and stuff like that. Well, you're too honorable. You know what I'm saying? And that I raise up, and this other crap where somebody trying to gain, trying to put themselves in a position, I denounce. Now you ought to see coming up against brothers in the truth. That was the straw. I wish I was a part of the camp in Kansas City. You understand? Let me be arrested for Christ's sake. Let me take the blows and what happened against the enemies of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm envious because of that. You know what I mean? I want to be out there. I'm going to be out in the camps. You know what I'm saying? That being said, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest Officer Oscar White, man.